Well, hello.
Hello. How are you? Welcome.
Do you know, I'm alright. I'm pretty damn alright. Is it alright to say damn? You?
Probably.
I mean, you know all about swearing, don't you?
Yeah. So we went on BBC Suffolk at the
With
weekend.
the lovely Sarah Lily.
Lovely Sarah Lily.
Always a joy, never a chore.
It was very early.
Oh,
she now does the breakfast show, so it was 8 a.m. and I was not awake.
No.
Really?
No.
Also, I didn't tell you this, I'd had the stress beforehand. You know, me and, I won't say a name because it'll wake up everyone else's, the popular AI device in most people's houses rhymes with Perplexer. We're having our issues at the moment that we're trying to iron out.
Yeah.
Moments before we were on air on BBC Suffolk, I said, Perplexer, can you play BBC Suffolk? Because I like to listen to the preamble beforehand in case there's anything I can comment on. She said, playing Baby Shark by Ping Fong. She started playing Baby Shark. BBC Suffolk, Baby Shark. I mean, and she would not stop. So I'm going, Perplexer, stop. Perplexer, stop.
Oh.
So that stressed me out. So yes, when we're on the radio, I did say the word bloody.
You did.
And Sarah Lily had to apologise to
the
I was about to say to the nation, but it's to the county, I suppose.
To the Suffolk, the people of Suffolk, the good people of Suffolk, don't deserve your potty mouth, quite frankly.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you did it. It's done. It was fine. It was good.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been.
Frankly.
It's a joy and a pleasure doing that show. I like it. I enjoy it. And, you did what you did. It happened.
Yeah, and you had to mute your microphone apparently because you were laughing so hard.
I did make me laugh out loud.
Yeah, might suppose.
I lolled.
Yeah,
I did.
Don't Laugh But has been described as an essential service by literally no one. Yet, here they are, back anyway.
Anyway, welcome to Don't Laugh But.
I am Kirsty Hudson and you are.
I am apparently Rebecca Elliott.
And this is what we've heard, my friend. This is what we've heard.
That's the rumour.
What's on your mind this week, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what's on my mind. You don't get over the shoulder clapping anymore, Kirsten. I think we're missing out.
You don't get over
the shoulder clapping in the 80s. Imagine Wham. Be over the shoulder, be like that. Get a lot of that.
Wake me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go outside. You don't get that anymore.
No. Where's it gone?
I know. I think
it died with George.
We need to bring it back.
It just walked down the street.
Over the shoulder. Over the shoulder.
Over.
That's it.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Who decided that was out?
Oh, it's when it died with George.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it died. Let's do it. Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what's on my mind?
What's on your mind?
Well, quite a lot,
What's on
mate.
my mind?
Quite a lot.
Yeah. Why have you put one foot up on the pool table?
Just because it's not.
There's a very large gap between one of your feet and the other.
My mind is heavy.
Okay.
My mind is heavy with meteorites.
Meteorites?
Meteorites in the Dutch language. That's.
Well, it's testament to your bad texting skills that you were texting me in Dutch and I didn't even realise. I just thought it was you doing normal nonsense. It's just fat fingering the phone.
Oh.
Just basically using your fist to just hammer the phone. Yeah, she'll understand that. But you were actually texting me in Dutch.
I was. I'm doing Duolingo to get my Dutch.
But you, of course, grew up in Holland.
Well, I spent a few years. I didn't, not the whole growing of the years, but a few years in Holland.
Yes.
And I thought, I'm going to try and get it back. And things are, like, it's brilliant. It's one of the best languages in the world. Like, for example, like they like a rhinoceros,
Oh, I know the rhinoceros. We're very close.
Yeah, those
I've heard of them.
those creatures, if you will.
Like a big fat unicorn.
Yeah, well, in Dutch they're called a neushoorn, which is just
a newshorn.
A newshorn, which is just newshorn.
Okay.
Which is like nose horn.
Nose horn. Say what you see. Say what you see.
It's just beautiful. And a spider, one of your favourite creatures in the world, is a spin.
A spin? Because they spin a web. Oh, I like that.
And
see, I might like them then, because that makes them sound cute.
Spin, yeah. And the newspaper is called the Grunt, which...
It's called the what, sorry?
Exactly.
Pun? Big pun? Wait, what?
Exactly. And I've been
it's like I didn't say that on BBC Suffolk.
I know, laser Grunt. Which means reading the newspaper.
Right.
And so I've been doing this in the house, and every time my husband just looks at me like that. Am I walking wrong?
What?
Yeah, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it a lot. And meteorites, mate. We've had a lot of them recently.
Have we?
Well, we've had one. Yeah, we had one back in February.
Oh, yes.
A
Yeah.
meteorite hit the ground. And
some bloke found it in his front drive. Isn't
yeah,
that right?
well, they found lots of the pieces, and
Okay.
and they like the scientists are really excited, and the news report went, yes, they found this, and they can seek the answers to life, the universe,
Really?
and everything.
Okay.
And I just thought that's a lot of pressure on that
That
scientist.
is a lot of pressure.
I bet they could do that and still not find my keys.
Look at
in
that
the
bit of
house.
rock.
You know,
And find the answers to life, the universe, and everything.
and
Do it now.
everything. I know. Talk about sweating. I would be like, what? Am I doing?
That's
But
a
these
lot of
pieces of rock have, like, bizarrely come to the Earth,
Yeah.
and they were around before the Earth existed.
That's weird, isn't it?
So they've come to somewhere
Yeah.
that didn't exist when they were in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what? Like that's like Back to the Future stuff right there, though.
Is it?
They've come from the sky.
Yeah. Keep
Where-
saying it until I look amazed. No,
Oh.
it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
And like they said, they're black because they haven't, like that's where they they lived in the darkness,
Yeah.
And now they're on the Earth. Will they change colour? I don't know.
No, of course they won't. That's not a scientist's question. That's your moronic question. They're not going to go rainbow coloured.
Oh, that'd be nice. But it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So all I can think about is those two things right
Well, it
now.
now scares me because if you've seen the film on Netflix, the new one about asteroids raining down.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? Something.
I want to say goddamn,
I
but
mean,
it's
it's
not.
an instantly forgettable film. Let's face
Oh,
it.
my husband loved it, but then he's quite instantly forgettable.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what's angering me this week?
Well, now that's on my head.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my head.
You got any more?
Well, I was like, why don't we like things? That's the
Why don't we like things?
Yes, I've been thinking like for examples, I don't like certain types of blinds, and I don't know why.
Right. Do you mean blind people? Because you can't say that.
No,
Oh, okay, sorry.
I like all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's visually impaired is the word you're looking
Yeah.
for there, mate.
Well, that's positive discrimination, though, isn't it? Some blind people are arseholes. And that's okay, Kirst. Let them.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, they've got to be a good person just because they're blind,
Yeah, it made me chuckle. Be like, why don't we like things? Like, why?
Well, I'll tell you what I don't like, and then you can see if this helps, okay? And it's not like me not to like. I mean, it's not like me to dislike something, obviously. I'll tell you what really annoys me. Mm-hmm. Fake herons.
Fake Karens.
Fake herons.
Fake herons.
Fake herons. When people put a plastic... Fake herons. We've all met some of them.
Oh, yeah.
When people put a plastic heron in their front garden, okay, and I'm a little bit of a twitcher, okay, I like my birds, I like my wildlife.
Yeah.
Driving along this weekend, I go, oh, I think I just saw a heron. I get very excited. But then I think, oh no, it's probably a plastic one. It's deceitful, is what it is. It gets people excited that they've seen a very large bird.
Yeah. And
Speaking as one.
Yeah.
And then you take a second glance, oh, it's bloody plastic.
Yeah. So
Why do they do it? Why? It's deceitful. I don't like it. No more plastic herons, please.
I think it stops certain birds.
I don't think it does. I think they're just showing off. Have you been on the Norfolk Broads on a boat?
Have they got a bird in their garden? Have they got a pond in their garden, I mean?
I don't know, Kirst.
I think it stops some other herons coming, maybe.
Norfolk Broads, you do see a lot of herons. And it's a
Right.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But you equally,
Yeah.
you're sailing past a lot of gardens that back onto
And they're
to
plastic.
the river. And they're bloody plastic. You go, oh, heron. No, it's a plastic heron.
But have you got things in your
Why?
Well, I don't know. Kirsty
just
solves.
annoy me?
Kirsty solves, and I will solve
Kirsty
that for
solves.
next week.
Can you?
I will. I'll
Thank
be on
you.
that. But like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I get that because you've got a reason why you don't.
Yeah.
But do you hate things or don't like things that you don't have a reason for?
Yeah, but I'll make up a reason.
Ah, I like that.
That's the fun.
Because I'm just like, I don't like blinds. I don't like the countryside, which I've discussed a lot.
Yeah, but you have your reasons for that. You get scared driving through the countryside.
I
It's a bit
do.
lonesome.
I do.
I get it.
It's always an argument between trees and road and houses and road,
It's
isn't
an
there?
argument between trees
Yeah,
and road.
because the road's always quite small and the houses are quite big, the trees are quite big.
Okay, yeah.
It's like they shouldn't meet.
There's a discrepancy between twixt the two.
Yeah, but there's things I like blinds. I don't know why I don't like the office blinds that people put in their houses. I don't like those. I don't know why.
You don't like a vertical blind? You spoke about that before.
I don't like it, and I don't know why.
That is weird.
Don't like Crocs. Don't know why I'm wearing.
You're wearing Crocs. You turned up here today with rainbow socks pulled right up to your top of your shin. And Crocs.
I think you're fine. I'm wearing my husband's Crocs.
And then you said it's Darren's indoor Crocs. He won't be happy.
Oh, don't tell him.
Does he have separate indoor and outdoor Crocs?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, why?
He does.
Why would you have indoor Crocs?
He wears them as slippers.
Oh, they are.
Darren doesn't.
Devil's shoe.
Darren does not like his barefoot on the ground.
Well, get some slippers. Why doesn't he like slippers?
He's had slippers. He likes Crocs. They are lined.
This is fascinating.
You can edit all this, right?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Should we start the show?
Yeah. I feel like we have. I feel like I'm in the flow, in the zone.
I feel like we never start it. Not really.
Ever.
Not really.
Go on.
I can kick off with some DLB news.
Oh.
News stories.
Is it breaking?
Breaking news. Breaking news, Kirst. So a couple of weeks ago we featured, the news story about Colin Pigeon, who was a government official, if you remember, who caught a pigeon live on air.
Yes.
Live on air, when he was doing a Zoom call with other government officials. And that was rather lovely. Well, talking of names, Colin Pigeon, caught a pigeon. This week, Shoe Zone, the popular footwear store Shoe Zone, has announced that Terry Boot will be its new finance boss, replacing Peter Foot.
No way.
I know.
You wouldn't believe it.
I know. So I started researching this. There's a word for this phenomenon. Or is it phenomena? Well done. It's called aptronym. Aptronym.
Oh.
And it's the word for a name that coincidentally describes its bearer's hobby, profession, or temperament.
Oh.
And also there's some claims that it's self-fulfilling, which is called nominative determinism. In other words, if you're called, Susan Baker, you're more likely to become a baker. If you're called Bobby Flames or something, you're more likely to become a firefighter.
No way.
Yes, the nominative determinism. I know, just off the top of my head. So I'm thinking of renaming myself Rebecca McHoddy, just to see if that affects the way that people see me. But examples of this, the poet William Wordsworth, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thomas Crapper was the inventor of the flushable toilet. But the word crap is not based on his name. The word crap was already in existence before Thomas Crapper came along. And the rock producer for Aerosmith and Bon Jovi and stuff was called Bob Rock.
Oh.
And Frank Beard is the only member of ZZ Top to not have a beard.
Wow, fuck me.
I know.
Amy Winehouse, like a glass of wine?
Yes, she did. God love her.
Can I say that? I'm sorry. Is it too soon?
It's too soon.
Oh.
My mum and dad, in fact, used to live in a village where the vicar was called Reverend Church.
Oh.
And the local copper, was called PC Constable.
Oh.
So there you go.
Well, it worked for all the Mr. Men, didn't it?
It worked for all the Mr. Men.
They were literally their
nominative determinism is what made Mr. Tickle really good at tickling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite creepy now, isn't it?
Yeah, now I've said it out loud, that whole character's quite dodgy.
Yeah, there we go. That's the DLB news.
That's some DLB news.
We
there.
need some like do.
Yeah, I've got another little news story, but I'll break it up. I'll let you do something now.
Oh, will you?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
I'm gonna sit back and enjoy what you got. I'm gonna enjoy your goods, Kirst.
Well, you can. It's there's a lot that's happened in today, but earlier. There's a lot.
Today, but earlier.
There's a lot.
Okay.
And I will do a thing for this.
Jingle.
A jingle jangle.
Yeah. Today, but earlier.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Like, but did you know, like today, this is exciting, this might get, 1951, Dennis the Menace first appeared in the British comic The Beano.
Did he?
Yeah.
Was the Beano in existence before he rocked up?
This is what I'm going to tell you now, my friend. It was.
Oh.
Can you, it's like literally like...
Because you think Beano, you think Dennis the Menace.
That's what you think, it's like eggs and bacon.
Yeah.
I often have eggs with bacon because I don't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat the Mensa, which is...
Skip to the end.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah.
really. Yeah. There you go.
Well, how long was it going beforehand?
Oh, 1935 it started.
Wow.
No, I'm lying. 1938.
Oh, you liar.
So, he was in 1951, so it was a few years in between.
Wow.
Can't do public maths.
Okay.
A few years in between. 13 years in between.
Oh, look at
Got
that.
there.
Quick math.
Got there. Now, I've got a throwback for you.
Can I just interject there, if
No.
I may?
Yeah, go on.
That I found out that Superman didn't fly to begin with.
Oh, yeah, because they couldn't draw his knees or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
Is that right?
kind of. So he didn't fly in like the comics that he was in.
Uh-huh.
But then in the 1940s, they made an animation for TV, very rudimentary animation.
Rudimentary.
And yes, they didn't want to continue. So basically, he used to leap over tall buildings and then land, obviously, crouched. They didn't want to keep animating him bending his knees. So it'd be much easier if he just stood up and just flew off.
Right.
So that's when he started flying in the 1940s to make the animators' job a little bit easier.
I mean, they made
animators.
Superman work harder.
Well, no, he can fly now. It's easier
Yeah,
for him.
but that's a lot of work for
Before
him.
he was jumping around, he was probably knackered. I mean, his knees would have suffered.
Oh, they would have done.
You
That's
know?
true. Good point, well made. You know, I talked about old Abraham the other day. Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
The president first.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Was it Abraham Lincoln? It was Abraham Lincoln.
Shot by Booth, yeah.
Yeah. So, he was shot by Booth, wasn't he, at the theatre. Well, do you know he had security detail with him that night as well?
Did he? What were they doing?
Exactly. John Frederick Parker was his name. He was a cop. He wasn't the best cop in the world because he didn't have a stellar reputation, this old John Frederick Parker. He arrived 3 hours late to his shift that day, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Went to the
3
theatre.
hours late?
3 hours late. Went to the theatre with him. And then he just went to the bar next door, to the Star Saloon, I think you'll find.
Oh, but yeah, then he got egg on his face.
Next to the... I
Oh,
know.
he only got shot.
Yeah. He was in the pub
My
while Lincoln was shot dead.
That's terrible.
I don't know if anything happened to him. I'll find that out
Well,
for you
it
next
should
week.
do.
I know.
But he only had one. He only had one bodyguard.
Well, maybe I have more. I don't know.
Can you find out more?
I try.
I'd like to give you homework.
I mean, that's just a whole Google search. Yes, I will. I will, my friend. Go on.
Thank you.
Also, do you know that in 1913, Canberra...
Who?
Canberra.
Canberra.
Ca-
Yeah. Canberra.
the capital of Australia.
Yes.
That
Canberra.
only became that in
was a bad accent.
1913.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, what?
That only became that in 1913.
I see.
Before that, Australia didn't exist.
Good day, mate. You want to go to Canberra? That's better. I can only do Australian if I say good day at the beginning. So sorry to any Australians.
Oh, there's a woman on a show I watch. You know your French accent, you do. Yeah, if you listen.
Oui, madame.
Yeah, so on if you watch 90 Day Fiancé, which you don't do, but if you ever did 90 Day
Really never gonna
Fiancé,
watch that.
there's a French woman on there, and she just
Does she sound like that? Bonjour, il y a un café par ici.
She really does. She really does.
Je suis à la plage avec le fromage.
That's done now. Well
Et les
done.
cheveux.
That is creepy.
I know. Goats.
What about them?
Goats have been seen trying to get into Primark this week. A herd of goats. They have been running amok in Llandudno in Wales
Inland?
since lockdown last year, and basically the town was obviously a lot quieter. A herd of goats came down from the mountains and thought, well, we'll have a bit of this. So they have been marauding around Llandudno. They have been seen, what have they been seeing? Queuing for McDonald's. One of them apparently checked into a hotel. Now, what I found interesting there... Well, the news story just sort of ended it with one of them checked into a hotel. Now, that sounds like they successfully checked into a
Yes,
hotel.
it does. Oh,
Like
can't
the
get
receptionist
Primark.
didn't notice
Yeah.
it was a goat.
Yeah.
Can you sign that, please? Yeah, it's room 114. Take the lift up. They actually checked into a hotel. But yeah, so the goats have now been seen queuing up, trying to get into Primark.
Geten.
Pardon?
It's a Dutch word for goats.
Oh, look at that. Just pull that out of the ether, didn't you?
I don't think enough is discussed about the fearfulness of a goat's eye.
What?
If you look at a goat's eye, then
That sounded poetic, but it was also perplexing. The fearfulness of a goat's eye.
goat's eyes are terrifying. Have you looked at them often?
Fearfulness.
They are terrifying. They are lit. You look at them and they're not even square. They're oblong. You know,
Not like the iris.
No.
Is that the black bit?
No, it's pupil.
Pupil, yeah.
There is. Like the eye itself is obviously round.
Yeah.
I mean, look weird if they're square, totally square eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've got really like oblong.
Oblong.
pupils.
People don't say oblong anymore. It's more rectangle, isn't it?
Rectangle.
Don't say oblong anymore. It's like you don't say the seaside, you say the beach.
Yeah.
Oblong and seaside. Let's bring it back. You know? That and over the shoulder
Whilst
clapping.
we're side clapping, yes, let's do it.
Yes, bring it all back.
But they are scary eyes, though, haven't they?
Fearful. Not enough is said about the fearful nature of goat's eyes.
It is. I think that's something we'll be discussing further.
Wise words from Mrs. Hudson.
You're very welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
Very welcome indeed.
Shall we to delve into my crevice?
Oh, I've got a cavern, I've decided. Yeah. Just cavern.
Mine is more of a delicate crevice.
Mine.
Yours is a massive cavern.
Massive
Yeah.
cavern. Go on, delve.
Hang on, you mentioned your cavern as if you were going to go up there.
Oh, I'll go up there then.
Okay.
So, because I'm jealous of all your facts,
Oh, okay. Fine.
quite frankly.
Well, you've got Woman of Wonder and Today But Earlier.
Yes,
what
I
they
know.
Doing. That was all your stuff. I leave that for you.
I
Don't be
know.
delving in my crevice. Don't be stealing my crevice away.
I am, because, like, there's not many... Like, we've had International Women's Day this week.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to saturate it,
Okay.
the week.
Didn't want to saturate it. What are you talking about? Too many women. Bloody women everywhere.
Well, I like them. I think it's weird that we have a day for women.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because, like, every day should be for women.
Yes, that's true.
Like, all humans.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going to go with that.
I'm going to sit back and wait till you find a point.
Well, I think it's important that we have a day because,
Stop
like...
caressing the microphone. We can hear it.
Can you?
Yeah, it's like you're caressing my ears. I don't like it. Stop it.
I do think it's important we have International Women's Day. I love International Women's Day.
Yeah,
I do
what
think
are you
it's
on about then?
I just think it's...
And I love all the blokes on the internet who go, well, what about International Men's Day?
I know.
And there is an International Men's Day.
Is there?
Yes.
What date is it?
I can't remember. It doesn't matter. The point is that there's one comedian, oh God, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he goes around correcting all the blokes on the internet going, what about, where's International Men's Day? And he goes, well, it's actually September the 12th or whatever.
I like that.
Yeah.
I just feel that we should be celebrating... Like, it's utterly ridiculous that women still aren't in the same space as men. You know, like,
Yeah.
pay, whatever that is. It's
Yeah.
like... And like, it just doesn't make sense to me that we're still having
It
the
is
conversations like that my mum had. I'm sure we talked about this loads on the podcast. You know, like years ago, like, oh, a man's a, stud for getting around, a woman's a slut. Those conversations are still happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, utterly crazily
Yeah.
still happening. There you
I
go.
don't think we're going to solve it today, though. I could wade on in there. I can't be bothered.
Well, if we can't...
We're not going to fix it, Kirst. We've
if
tried.
If the fact that no one has got to the understanding of why goats' eyes are so scary,
Yeah, fearful.
We're not-
The fearful nature of goat's eyes.
we're not going to get to that, are we?
Not gonna get to the
But do you know why M&M's called M&M's?
No.
I do.
You going to tell us?
That's just in my cabin. Did I know?
Okay.
Yeah, they called it right. This is quite fascinating.
Is it?
Yeah, well...
We'll decide.
So, Forrest Mars, who was the son, I want to say Frank Mars Company, yeah?
Oh.
Okay, so Forrest Mars,
His name was Forrest Mars.
his name's Forrest Mars, yeah, he worked in England.
He what? He worked
He
for
went
England?
he fell out with his dad, went to England.
Oh, he went to England.
Went to
Okay,
England,
fine.
and he saw Smarties. They saw these people getting Smarties. I was like, I want to be able to do that. Like, because it was like this
So he just copied Smarties?
yeah, like chocolate that doesn't melt in your hand.
Well, I've always just thought these M&Ms are just Smarties. How's that okay?
Well, he went back and he met up with his pal. I don't know if they were pals, they became pals. Bruce Murray of Hershey's fame.
Miles and Murray.
Yeah.
Oh.
The son of the William, he's the son of William Hershey, I believe, or might not be William Hershey, but son of William anyway. And they became, so the M&Ms became their name, so on their last name, so that's become M&M. Anyway, I think that they had a bit of a fallout. I don't know, they might not have done well. Bruce only gets about 20% of the Mars, because obviously they used to be made by Hershey chocolate, but now Remember Mars chocolate.
Sorry, I just fell asleep for a moment there.
It does pick up. They went to war, right? So M&Ms were the only chocolate to go to war. They were the official chocolate of the troops in 1941.
Really?
And then, now you're interested, aren't you?
A little
and
bit.
Then,
I'm mustering the interest. I'm desperately
so they
rummaging for interest.
First chocolate, well, I don't think the first chocolates to go to war, but they were the first chocolates to go to space in 1981.
Why did they go to space?
To go.
I mean, presumably with some astronauts. Just on their own. Let's just set some M&Ms up.
Yeah. Woo. No, they just went. And because obviously the fact that they didn't melt in the hand was good.
Yeah.
There you go.
I still think that they've just stolen the Smarties thing. And not enough is made of that.
Well, I think he just went and he thought, I want to create a candy. A chocolate.
No, he didn't. He went, I want to create that exact candy and make money out of someone else's idea.
But Smarties do taste better.
These Americans, they come over here, nicking our Smarties,
I know.
sticking an M on it.
But they do. I do think a Smartie tastes better. And why doesn't it? You think an M&M tastes better than a Smartie?
No, I think a Smartie tastes better than an M&M.
Exactly what I just said.
No, you didn't. Did you?
Those are the words
If
I
only we'd
used.
recorded this so I could go back and see.
Those are the words I used.
Okay, fair enough. Were you building something interesting or?
What?
We've rummaged in your cavern, your cavernous cavern.
Yeah.
It just needs to be a cavern of something. It can't just be cavern.
Mm.
Canyon. Was it canyon or cavern?
It's cavern, mate.
Cavernous.
Cavern.
Kirsty's cavernous cave.
Yeah, I don't want to have
Kirsty's
curious.
cavernous cave. Come on, there's alliteration.
Can we have them all K's?
No.
KKK. Oh, can't see that.
You not thought that through.
Oh, I didn't, did I?
My crevice of curiosity.
Yeah, what's in it, mate?
Roger Moore's in it this week.
He's been up there before, hasn't he?
Right into there. Did you know Roger Moore invented the Magnum?
No.
We've got a chocolate theme here.
Not the chocolate.
Well,
Not the...
let me explain. Let me explain, darling. So after his death, a family friend, after he died, she claims, and I think she's a journalist, she said that he told her, in the 60s, I was doing an interview. I'm doing the voice.
Beautiful.
It's not very
He is the only Bond for me.
Yes, because we grew up in the 80s.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's why. You grew up with Bond, that's the Bond, isn't it?
That's the Bond.
Because objectively, he was really quite crap.
Was he?
He was too old. He wasn't very good looking. But I'm with you. He's Bond for me as well.
Yeah.
In the 60s, I was doing an interview for some magazine or other, and I was asked if you could have one wish. It's not good. But I've got to continue now, okay? I was asked if you could have one wish to meet one person and ask them a question, what would it be? I said I would like to meet Mr. Walls and ask why they don't have a vanilla chalk ice, like I had when I was a kid, and put it on a stick. So he was asked if he could meet anyone in the world and ask them a question. He didn't go with like Gandhi or Jesus or anything.
Put it on a stick.
Put it on a stick. You got to do the eyebrows. Well. His eyebrow did all the heavy lifting. His acting, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he suggested putting a chalk ice on a stick.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Walls, saw this interview apparently, and then sent him a vanilla cake with chocolate on the outside. And then years later, in 1989, Walls invented the Magnum ice cream, which is basically shoving a chalk ice on a stick.
It is.
It is shoving a chalk ice on a stick. So basically, Roger Moore invented the Magnum.
And you see, well, he did, but he didn't help our pocketbooks, did he? Because you can buy a whole...
I'm sorry, no one's in pocketbook since 1948.
You can buy...
In America. You see my pocketbook? Nobody. What?
Yeah, well, he didn't, did he? Because you can buy a whole box of...
Just buy chalk ices.
Chalk ices.
Shove a stick up it.
Yeah, but you can buy a whole box of chalk ices for 99p. And I think a Magnum will be like $2.29 at the cheapest.
That's quite specific there.
I don't like a Magnum. I don't really like a chalk ice. I'm not that much of a lover of ice cream. Mm-hmm. Do you like it?
Yeah, I quite like it, mate. I like a Solero.
What's a type of purpley?
What's a type of pervert? What?
What's
the type of pervert that likes a Solero? That's me, mate.
What's a hyperbole?
Hyperbole.
Yeah.
You put one too many syllables. Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. What is it?
I'm stalling because I can't remember.
I just clicked.
Isn't it words that big up a situation unnecessarily? He's using hyperbole.
Slipped in my brain and I thought I've got to ask you.
Hyperbole.
No, find out.
Anyway, Roger Moore.
Oh, there's more.
This more Roger
Yeah,
Moore. Well, firstly, it's a hell of a name, isn't it? Sounds like an instruction.
Yeah, I mean, that was the joke. There was more.
I know, but I was thinking on that because a character in one of the films, of course, is called Pussy Galore.
Hold on, did I just say, that's the joke?
That's the joke.
Edit that bell.
Luckily, that's not how you do your stand-up. Make a joke with him in the silent room. That's the joke, now laugh.
Do you get that?
Do you not get it? Idiots. Pussy Galore, which was, when you look back, I think they thought it was quite a sort of subtle. It's not subtle. Because then Austin Powers kind of spoofed that by having a character called A Lot of Vagina. Yeah. But frankly, Pussy Galore is no more subtle, is it? It's Pussy Galore. So I was thinking on that. But also, I then...
a galore of pussy.
I then... It's the collective noun. Also, Roger Moore never ran on screen.
I was going to say that
Did
to
you
you.
know that?
Well, I was thinking about his knees because it made me think about Superman.
He thought he looked like a twit when he was running, so he always got a body double. And also,
yeah,
he suffered from hoplophobia.
Oh.
Which sounds quite fun, but it's a fear of guns, basically, fear of firearms. Because he was shot by his brother by an air rifle.
Was he?
When he was a child, and so he suffered hoplophobia. And bear in mind, he was playing James Bond. Bond James Bond. So they had to reshoot a lot of the scenes where he had to hold a gun because he'd start blinking uncontrollably and stuff.
Blinking uncontrollably?
Yeah, hoplophobia. But also a fear...
Well, that's what you do when you have a fear for guns.
Well, no, that's how it manifested itself in him. He just got all sort of twitchy and weird about it.
So that just doesn't happen to everyone?
No, you dick. He had hoplophobia. How is that not clear?
To you. If
he had a fear of guns.
Say, for example, I had hoplophobia and I held a gun, would I start blinking?
No, I mean, not maybe. Or you might start shaking, or weeping.
So it is not an effect of hoplophobia.
No, he had a phobia of guns.
Right.
The way it manifested itself in him was he started blinking and twitching and stuff when he held a gun.
Oh.
Okay, which is not really what you want from James Bond.
Not really.
James Bond.
Yeah.
You know him? James Bond.
He just she could not do it. He's just twitching him out. Yeah,
it's not sexy.
No.
And then he runs off looking like a twit. Not the sexiest Bond.
And then he's on my knees because he's quite old.
Oh, my knees. No, that went wrong.
That sounded quite sexy. Oh, my knees. Nice. Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, that's Roger Moore.
Oh, Roger
this
is
week
right
I think
then.
we should all Roger Moore.
But, Roger Moore and Pussy Galore.
Oh my God! I've just been talking.
I see now. I'm with you.
Talking to a mildly animated bit of cardboard sometimes. Honest to God.
It just took me a minute.
Yeah.
It took me a minute.
Yes.
Is that why he called himself that then?
This was the conversation I was trying to angle for 10 minutes ago.
Well, I got Pussy Galore. I was right with you with Pussy Galore. But Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Pussy Galore. Beautiful. In America, they're not allowed to call Pringles potato chips.
Why?
Because they're not. They're hydrated. I believe they're hydrated little bits of potato moulded together. And so they said you can call them crisps, but not chips because they're not a chip of potato.
Oh, it's not a chip of potato.
No. And the man...
That doesn't make them sound...
I know. Well, I'm not a lover of a Pringle anyway.
I love a Pringle.
Do you?
I think they're addictive. I think they've put something else in there.
Oh, honestly.
Because once you pop, Kirst, you really can't stop.
Swear down that with Ruffles.
Ruffles?
An American crisp like that.
Oh, yeah.
They're in everything.
Yeah.
Do you know, right, the man who invented the Pringles tub, he invented it. The tub that they increased. I think
the pipe of Pringles.
His name was Frederick J. Bow or something like that. That's his name. And he has been... I believe he was
wasn't
buried.
called like Freddie Pringlepipe. Just going back to the names earlier.
Oh, Pringlebot.
I mean, what else could you do?
He wasn't. He was called Freddie Mercury, I think, and he was buried though. He was buried or not buried.
In a giant Pringle tube?
No, his ashes, I should say. Human-sized Pringle
So
tube.
hang on a minute, his ashes did go in a Pringle tube?
His ashes were buried in a Pringle tube, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to make sure you bury that. Don't put it back in the cupboard.
No,
you got any
imagine
snacks?
that.
Oh, I got Pringles!
Yeah.
Oh, it's Uncle Freddie.
Yeah. That would be depressing, wouldn't it? Oh, I hate it when you want a crisp and you can't get a crisp.
I was quite excited about the fact that he might have been buried in a giant.
Oh, I know. A massive Pringles tube. And they just bring it in, like all the mourners. Make you hungry, wouldn't it? Make you really excited for the wake.
Would it?
Yeah.
Would it? Let's not think on that too much.
I love the idea of a massive crisp.
Yeah.
Human-sized crisp.
You
know. I can't go wrong with a potato.
No. You've never met a potato that you
That's
don't
the
like.
words I'm looking for.
You can say it.
I've never met a potato I don't like.
Okay, that's
Ever
lovely.
in my whole life.
Yeah.
And I think that's proven with the fact that the Pringles aren't my favourite crisp.
Because they're not proper potato chips.
Because they're not proper potato chip.
Yeah. Potatoes are your people, aren't they?
Yeah. I think we should wrap it up now. I think we should wrap
it up.
I think
Now,
we've just hit.
I think we've got to read a book. I've got homework to do, haven't I? And I haven't
mate.
actually read it. What's
That's
the book?
exactly it. It is called The Making of Us, I believe.
Making of Us. Okay.
Yeah, it's called The Making of Us. Yeah, it's really good, actually.
Hopefully our review will be a little bit more in depth next week.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember and making sure that.
Yeah, I love that we're building up this like book club, and it's just gonna be. I read it. I liked it. Right,
Yeah.
next thing.
Hang on, let me just double check that's the name.
Oh.
Because imagine that if I tell you the wrong name.
Can you imagine that?
Imagine that
Awful.
we give some kind of half-baked
I know. Imagine
ideas that we'd never do that.
No, never.
Ever in a million. We've got to thank God. We've got so many listeners this week.
Well, a lot of listeners.
So many. Thank you. Yeah. Hang on.
Oh. What's it called?
So our book this week
Yes.
is The Making of Us. And we're
Right.
going to be read it by next Friday.
By who?
Oh, Lisa Jewell.
Oh, yes, I
Everyone
remember now,
know
I remember
Lisa
now.
Jewell.
All right, I will
and
read
we've
that
got to
this week.
read it by next week, by
got
Friday.
to.
You've got to have read it.
Pain of death.
If not, you can't listen.
Okay.
You can because you've listened to the whole thing before I told you that.
Now, shh, Pickles.
So just come and listen to us on next Friday.
Just do it, okay? Because we get lonely. Fine. You have a wonderful... Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Have a wonderful week, people. Is there anything you'd like to say, Kirst?
Well, I was nodding to you to do your catchphrase.
And wrap up warm.
Oh, well done. No, just read the book and
That's the way of saying that. So just read the book.
read
Do it now.
Or don't. I don't mind.
Read it.
I won't be upset if you haven't.
Okay.
I will a little bit.
You will.
Love you and take care.
Yeah, take care.
Remember you're special.
So special. Have a special week.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
This is Don't Laugh But, the podcast that incessantly rambles on and ultimately answers the question, what's worse than the silent loneliness of self-isolation?